What's up, everybody? The regulars are back with another movie podcast tonight. We got me here, Clay, and then who else do we have?
Hunter.
Yeah.
The other
Okay.
guy.
Yeah. The other guy.
Yeah.
The other regular, I guess. Finally got your hat in, right?
Yeah, it came in.
We need to show those off on
Halloween.
Instagram and everything.
Halloween. Thursday.
Oh, yeah. We can wear them. Good idea. But yeah, we're going to get into a little movie podcast. It's October, scary season, spooky season, whatever.
It's the best.
That's Christmas.
No.
Wait till that.
Not even close.
I'm gonna be wearing my Santa sweater every day. So Hunter's been dying to talk some horror movies. We're gonna go through and rank them like kind of by subgenre. You may agree or disagree with our subgenres, but Hunter's the horror expert, so
Mine are correct.
yeah. And then we're also going to do start of a new segment for us, the Decade in Review. We're going to start with the 2010s. We're going to go through year by year of a decade and kind of just talk our favorite movies, best movies. It's not going to be anything too crazy or in depth, but just kind of list off and I guess reminisce with some of the stuff that we loved.
Yeah. 2010s was a good decade.
I mean, that's like our prime of movies, you know?
Yeah.
Not necessarily because of the movies being better than other decades, just because of our age and everything, and that's when we were like getting fully into, I guess, grasping how good these movies are, instead of it just being, oh, that was fun, you know. Like we started analyzing more then, and then we're gonna end it with our regulars picks of the week. Can't wait to do that. You actually went and saw one of my picks last week, right?
Yeah, I did go see Paddington 2 in theaters, revisited.
Yeah. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
We'll get a full hour-long review of Paddington 2. Love that bear. All right, so first off, we're going to kick it off with the Decade in Review, 2010s. So I guess start from the back, 2010. You want to start off? You want to go like back and forth with our best/favorite movie? So go.
Yeah.
2010.
Okay. 2010. I got The Social Network. It's probably the best and my favorite from that year.
Yeah, and that's the pick I have as well as The Social Network. Yeah. I think Inception is right there with it.
Yeah,
it's
Inception
tough.
Inception's a trip. Yeah, The Social Network. Jesse Eisenberg, he kills anything he's in.
Yeah,
That's
the role he's probably known for to most people, not to me, but
he's just socially awkward. And is it Jeff Bezos? No,
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Take the movie off your list.
Fits the role really well.
Yeah,
because that guy,
he's a nerd.
Yeah, that guy looks weird.
Yeah,
in real
he's
life.
a nerd. But he also has like that shady background, where that he does something that he's not supposed to be doing and fully correct.
Yeah.
Another movie I want to shout out from 2010s, She's Out of My League. It's not really of a good movie, but it's just one of my favorites. It always has been. I know back in like early 2010s or so, that was one of the movies that if we had a family movie night, I'd always grab it. I don't know why, but I would.
Yeah.
Jay Baruchel, love him. Family goes on a trip to Branson.
Yeah.
So that's always fun.
I remember the airport scenes the most out of that, I think.
Yeah. T.J. Miller plays a guy named Stainer.
Yeah.
So
Stainer.
that's a great name. Great name. Next, 2011.
Okay. I got Bridesmaids.
Ooh, okay.
Hilarious movie.
You might have missed my movie then. Moneyball.
It was on there.
Okay.
But then
you got Bridesmaids above it?
Not like rating wise,
yeah.
But as like which one I would want to watch
over
and over, it'd be Bridesmaids because I don't think there's another like largely female cast movie that's as fantastic as that movie. Like there's a lot
of an interesting discussion.
There's a lot of female-led movies that just aren't as good, but this one
that's a almost exclusively female cast, and it's arguably a top 5 comedy all time in my opinion.
Every female in that movie is hilarious, and then probably the best scene is when they go dress shopping.
Oh my god, yeah! I'll go get Dad. Tell him
coming out of me like lava.
Yeah, I could use a mint. Yeah. Love that movie. That's a great pick. Moneyball is mine though. Moneyball. If you know me and like know my kind of a story,
It's a life-defining movie.
Literally changed my life. It's insane to say that, but literally did.
Yeah, I'm not even a huge sports guy, but it's in my top 10
Yeah,
all time.
yeah. That right there shows you the greatness of it, and it does everything that I love. It takes Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill, puts them in a baseball organization, shows the, I guess, struggle that they had trying to, I guess, be groundbreaking and everything, and it talks about the analytics of baseball, which is, I love analytics in sports and the numbers and everything behind it, and it's fantastic. I've talked about this movie plenty of times on this pod.
Yeah, and I'll say, like, pod-defining thing, the ending of that movie is probably a top 10 ending of all time.
Absolutely.
Like, that movie.
Just enjoy the show, baby.
That ending, if it does not hit you hard, then
yeah,
simply said,
I'm just a little bit caught in the middle. All right, 2012. Crap.
2012. I have two for this one.
Okay.
Two completely different movies. I got The Dark Knight Rises and Ted.
Wow. Okay. I haven't even seen Dark Knight Rises yet.
Yeah.
I need to complete that trilogy.
Yeah. Have you seen? Anyways.
I've seen Dark Knight. That's it.
Yeah. It's obviously not as good as The Dark Knight, but I think it came out after The Dark Knight, so people were automatically like, okay, well, it's not near as good, but it's still really solid. It's like almost 3 hours, though. But
yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Is this the one? Yeah, Tom Hardy's in this one,
He plays Bane, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it shows you like
better than Begins.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, this kind of shows you like the downfall of a Batman. Like,
yeah,
there's not
with the way that Dark Knight ends.
Like this,
it picks right up at it, right?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. But it shows like that Batman's not just this unstoppable thing. Like, he goes through stuff and he hits rock bottom. And anyways, and then Ted, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah, love me some Ted.
Hilarious. Met Flash Gordon.
Heck yeah, we did.
In the flesh. But
great guy. They did not do cocaine on the set of this movie.
But he said Mark Wahlberg's great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Would love to meet him.
That movie doesn't really need it's everyone who's seen it probably loves it.
Yeah. I love that movie. It also another one that made me cry almost when Ted when he's falling off of the green monster at Fenway. That's everything I want right there.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, when I went and visited Fenway Park and was up there, I thought of that scene.
Do I need to just jump off like Ted?
Yeah, I was like, Ted fell. I was like, and like the entrance that me and Chance went in to like start our tour.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can see that entrance in the movie. It's like one of the places that Mark Wahlberg and what's the guy's name? Giovanni. The guy with the mustache, his real life name Ribici or something, I think is his name. It's one of the entrances that they entered. So like we're walking in the movie, and I'm like, Wahlberg and Mila Kunis are running right here.
I've stepped where they've stepped.
Yeah. Being in one of the most historic MLB parks, and my mind's at Ted. My movie's 21 Jump Street.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the movies that I loved it when it happened. And not even just 21, but 22, which I watched the other day, actually.
They're both really good.
Both of these movies, I grow more love for them every time I watch them. And over the past 2 years, probably, I think 21 Jump Street's a top 10 comedy ever. And it's getting close to top 5 territory. I absolutely love that movie. And 22 was really freaking funny.
Yeah, Channing Tatum in the comedic role does not miss.
And then Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah,
Yeah. And I went through this whole, I don't know, I looked into the movie way too in depth the other night as I was watching 22 and how they swap the roles between 21 and 22 with Jonah and Channing, how they get to live out different aspects of their lives that they didn't get to in the past.
Yeah.
Like in 21, Jonah, he goes back to high school and he gets to be the cool guy for now because it was so different than what it was back then when he was bullied in high school. While Channing is the nerd.
Yeah, he's sitting in class, like paying attention and stuff,
making bombs.
Yeah.
And then in 22, it's the opposite, where Jonah was like successful in college and everything, but then he hooks up with the art chick. He starts seeing like a more creative side of himself. And then Channing, who I'm not even sure if he ever went to college. I forget. Probably not. Because he's Channing, you know. And then, but he gets to go and he kind of gets to fit in, gets into the football team a little bit, succeeds in life and everything. It's really cool to look at the movies and compare them. I love both. 21 though it's special, absolutely special. All right, 2013.
2013. This perfect movie to me. Now You See Me. I've loved magic my whole life, and
why don't I have this on mine? I guess it's understandable.
Yeah, but Jesse Eisenberg once again, and
number 3 coming soon.
Yeah, supposedly it's been in the works.
It's
a
happening.
Little while.
It's happening,
and it's gonna be fantastic, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, those movies, heist, magic, perfect cast.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Like, you can't beat it.
Woody Harrelson, Dave Franco, Eisenberg. Both women that they bring in are great. Harry Potter's good in it.
Yeah.
In the second one, I think. Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, Sir Michael Caine.
Yeah, but they do some really cool stuff in that movie.
Oh my God, I love them. And I can understand that they're not maybe the most technically made story, or it's nothing crazy in depth, but it's just fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Mine, I have 2. Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, I think that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Everyone knows. If you haven't seen that, I'm kind of shocked. It took me a while though. Margot Robbie, Leo.
Margot Robbie is.
That's Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
That's
it's not her hottest role, but it's.
What you got? Hollywood, you think she's hotter in it?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But it's the movie that made Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
Had she done anything big before that?
I don't know. Not to me.
I don't think she did, because I think she was like 21 in this. She was young.
Yeah.
My other one's 42. I don't even have to speak about that. Everyone knows my love for Jackie.
I feel like 42 has been brought up every movie pod.
Yeah. And the first ever pod that we ever did, our sports movie draft.
Yeah.
So
42.
Yeah. 2014. This is an interesting one.
John Wick.
I don't have that. These lists are way more different than I expected.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves. I actually, funny story, I had never seen it until I'd seen the trailer for the second one, and I was like, I got to go watch the second.
Were you already in love with Keanu?
No.
Oh.
No. Like,
see, I've never asked that. Like, what started that?
I saw the trailer for John Wick 2, I think came on TV, I guess.
Probably.
I saw the trailer. I was like, that looks awesome. And it was 2.
And you're like, what, 17?
I don't know. The second one was 2017. But I told my dad, I was like, we got to go see this. And he hadn't seen the first one either, I don't think.
How old were you in 2017? About 14, 12,
something
13?
Enough. Anyways, I was like, I got to go see this. So I watched the first one. Fantastic. I went and watched the second one. Fantastic. You know, and then I was like, oh, well, there's got to be a third one. And I had already seen them by that time, so I was like, well, I just can't wait. And had to wait 2 years.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So after, had you seen, like, The Matrix or Speed?
Yeah,
or
I had
anything?
seen them. But John Wick was, like, what made Keanu Reeves the best human on earth.
See, I didn't know if, like, you watched those and then you, because... Like, I don't know if you watched those and then you flipped and...
Like, I had seen that. I had seen The Matrix. I'm pretty sure I'd seen Speed and Point Break, but they were just movies then.
Okay.
And then...
But then they became Keanu movies.
Yes, they came the movies.
Let's see. We've got 2014, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interstellar. I don't think you've seen that movie. I still don't.
McConaughey.
I don't think you've seen
I've
it.
seen it.
Interstellar, we talked about it. I think Bill mentioned it actually last time when we did movies that you cry in when you just walked in.
Off camera.
Yeah. Great movie. Long, but I think it's almost got like a cult following to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you go on Letterboxd, which people probably don't know what that is, look it up. LetterBoxd. I'm on there. Hunter's on there. But on Letterboxd, like, everyone has that as their number one, like, movie ever. It's weird. Great movie, though. Probably one of the best sci-fi movies ever made, if not the best. Probably the best in the past couple years.
It probably is. Yeah, I mean, it probably competes with, like, The Martian and stuff, but those are kind of different from each other.
Yeah, The Martian's more, like, made for TNT. This is, like, made for the Oscars. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
It is.
It's visually beautiful.
Oh, I love The Martian.
Yeah.
But Interstellar's just got a different little bit to it. What it does differently than, like, other sci-fi movies is, like, there's probably older ones that are like iconic, mostly because of, like, what they did.
Like 2001, Space Odyssey.
Yeah. While Interstellar, it's in the time of, like, advanced camera work and everything like that and CGI, and it still was amazing. You know?
It's Christopher Nolan. He does some...
It wasn't amazing because of, like, its advances. It was amazing because of its movie. Like, I think that's the difference.
Having to transport every human to a different location through a portal.
So good.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch that, actually. Also in that, Blended. Love Blended.
Just had to throw that in there.
Yeah, and Giraffe Day. 2 movies that are bad, but I love. 2015. My God, I have 6 movies listed out on this.
Do you?
This is a list that me and Hunter found from
It's like 2 years ago. I didn't really update mine other than Bridesmaids.
Yes, this list was July 26, 2020, which was my birthday, actually. I don't know what we were doing. We were locked in during COVID.
Yeah.
And we were just making lists, I guess.
Watching movies at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
4 a day.
But I have 6 movies on this list
well,
for this year.
Well, for me, I just simmered it down to Kingsman.
I don't have Kingsman on this list.
Okay. Awesome action movie. The style of that movie, or the 2 movies, I don't know that there's other movies like it. Like, the way they film those action scenes, it's awesome. Like, the stories might not be the most strong thing, but...
Yeah, it's a pretty generic action story.
But the way they're made is just... It puts them above a lot of stuff.
They're fun.
Yeah.
And one of the things it does the best is it does a great blend of action and comedy.
Yeah.
Like, it's genuinely funny. You have a great time watching it. It's got good action. Mm-hmm. It's got everything. Good cast.
Taron Egerton.
Yeah. And Samuel L's in there.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good pick. So should I list off all 6 of mine?
Why not? Why not?
My main 2, I have honorable mentions as well. My main 2, number 1, Mad Max. Mm-hmm. Great movie. We talked about Tom Hardy a little bit earlier. This is the Tom Hardy role for me. Mm-hmm. Another one, it's similar to Interstellar and how I went and watched it. It's just, I think Chase was home for the holidays, and we're like, let's go to a movie. And we did. My God, it was amazing. Top 10 movie all time for me. Probably, maybe the best action movie ever made.
We're talking about Mad Max?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
it sounded like you were leading up to something else, and I couldn't figure out what you were going to say.
No, my next movie, Straight Outta Compton. What did you give that? We watched it. You gave it pretty high, huh? In 90s.
Yeah, it was either high 8s or low 9s.
Yeah.
It is really good. It's just, it's more your type of movie than it is mine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is everything I wanted. I went and watched this my first day of my freshman year of high school.
I think we watched that and Me, You're on the Dial Girl within.
That's another movie I'm mentioning for 2015. Straight Outta Compton, though, if you ain't seen that, go watch it. It's the best music biopic or whatever. Best there is. Does everything right. Me or on the Dying Girl, though. What a random pick. Don't know how. Letterboxd actually led me to this movie. I watched it, loved it, cried.
I think we talked about that in
cried
our
again,
last podcast.
Cried again. Yeah. Great movie. Spotlight.
Oh, Spotlight's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have updated the list.
Martian. 2015. And then a pick that doesn't deserve to be in the realm of the others, but I still love it. Vacation. The Ed Helms one.
Vacation's hilarious.
Hilarious movie.
Vacation is a very
I don't care what
movie.
people say.
Charlie
Day.
We're going to money's on like a Quacker Jack box.
A Cracker Jack box. Yeah,
I
love
Vacation.
Vacation.
I showed like 6 people that scene not too long ago just because I was
Did
like,
they all laugh?
yeah.
Okay.
At first they didn't know what they were watching. I was like, you'd have to understand it.
I got to go answer this, or the river won't be the only hot water I'm going to be in today.
I'm just gonna
Look at the little kid's face.
Quacker Jack box.
Oh, I love that. 2016. What you got?
Another one I have 2 on. I could probably just get it down to 1, which would be Now You See Me 2,
Yep.
obviously.
Got that?
It's just as good as the first one to me.
It is, and I see reviews for it, and I don't understand how people have it so low. Like LCB for
You showed me
Barstool
their reviews of
has
that.
it like 9.
Like 9.
Out of 100.
That doesn't make sense to me.
No.
It's just as fun. You add Harry Potter in there.
And you lose Isla Fisher for Lizzie Kaplan, who might be better in the role.
Yeah, she
fits it more.
Yeah,
you know?
I love Dave Franco, guitar guy. It just fits
One
him.
of the best scenes, one of the best action scenes
Dude.
like ever in the
when they're in
vault,
the vault
throwing the
and they're
car
having
around.
he has to learn them how to do it. Oh, it's so good.
Good.
Those movies are awesome.
I love them.
I love magic, and those are defining.
Did I
stuff.
show you Now You See Me Too? No.
I think I watched it in theaters.
I showed that to somebody up here. I don't know who.
Yeah.
I've got that as well. And then Room.
Mhm.
You're not gonna like it because of Brie Larson, but Room's phenomenal. It just is. Ain't much else to say about it. And
He
then
was good.
it's phenomenal.
The little kid was really good.
Yeah.
Jacob is it Jacob Tremblay?
Yeah.
That's him.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably the best kid actor. He's done
That role was really, really good.
He's done a lot of stuff. He's got Good
Boys.
Good Boys was hilarious.
Yeah. And then Bad Moms. Also in that
Bad
year.
Moms.
Love Bad Moms.
Those movies are very good.
They're so good. Oh, talking about a female cast, it's hilarious.
Yeah, Catherine Hahn does drugs.
Yeah.
But
Mila's great. Kristen Bell kills me in that movie.
I think
Cheryl Hines, I believe is her name. The mom for Kristen Bell.
I think
I have bird flu. I have cancer.
I
have cancer again.
I think Christmas might be funnier.
Oh, it is. Christmas is like
Christmas is hilarious. We watched that one in theaters.
Yes,
we had a watch party for that,
we did.
and it was hilarious.
That's one of my personal favorite just like comedies ever.
Yeah,
I watch it.
If I listed probably 10 Christmas movies, it'd definitely be on there.
Oh, easily for me.
It'd probably be in top 5.
Probably. 17. Let's go.
17.
Oh, Bad Moms Christmas 2017.
John Wick Chapter 2.
Yeah.
I know it's not. It's definitely probably the weakest of the movies, but I think it has one of my favorite action scenes of the series.
Pencil?
No.
Okay.
It's when he's going when Lawrence Fishburne gives him 7 bullets and he goes to the museum and it starts out he uses the 7 bullets, all headshots, and then like the next like 10 minutes is him going through this museum like just popping everybody that comes in front of him. Epic scene. But
yeah.
Now John Wick 2.
Let's see. What do we have? I've got The Big Sick.
Good
Love that movie.
Big Sick's so good.
Top 20 movie all time for me. It's one of the rom-coms where I think it's just genuinely a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so special to me. Everyone I show it to loves it.
Yeah. I love the girl on that. I forget her
Zoe
name.
Kazan.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, she's also in What If.
Yeah. Oh, What If, so good.
Yeah. And then also Baby Driver.
Ooh, Baby Driver's good.
Mm-hmm. Love
You
Baby
hadn't
Driver.
seen that until like 2 years ago.
Yeah, you made me watch it. Or you didn't make me watch it. You were the person that introduced it to me. And everything I love in a movie.
Yeah, the stuff with the music, how they did in that. I think they said where if you watch it with headphones, like it
bounces back and
something
forth.
about But the beginning of that movie is really cool when he's sitting there and he's trying to figure out the radio station while they're robbing the bank and it's playing out in the background.
Yeah, love that movie. It's almost like Kingsman, to where it does such a good job defining the genres. Where it does so many different things. Like it's great action, good comedy. It involves music in a way that's so unique and so good.
Yeah, it has that one element where Kingsman's like the way it's filmed. this would be the way they incorporate music and how it's like beat by beat to what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Lily James.
Yeah.
Love her in that.
Deborah.
She made me watch Cinderella because of her.
Cinderella's fun.
Cinderella's good.
It was fun.
2018. Oh boy. Stars Born.
Yeah, Stars Born.
Yeah.
It's it's the most heartbreaking movie that could have came out that year, but yeah, the journey to that movie for us was just incredible.
That movie right there is like that's like the start of our like movie bond, you know?
Yeah.
Like before that, we hadn't really seen a lot of movies together. But that movie like that just like jump started everything.
The romance movie, the music and the
Yeah. And that one like we went and watched it 3 times in theaters, I think, at least 2.
I think it was 4.
Oh.
I think it was like 4 cuz they re-released it.
Yeah, we at least watched it twice.
Yeah.
And countless times at your house.
Day 1 went to Monroe and bought the Steelbook.
Yes. We did that also like the next week for Bohemian, right? Or the next month.
Mm-hmm.
Encore edition. They came out. I brought it to your house. We watched it.
Yeah, and it was
Clover.
perfect.
Clover.
I need that song.
Need it.
I'll start a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Or just what's the thing where you petition it? What's that called?
Change.org.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Another favorite, Set It Up.
Setup's good.
Love that movie. Zoe Deutsch, my girl. Best actress in Hollywood. Maybe the best person in acting in Hollywood. Yeah. Give me her. Go watch Set It Up. 2019, last one.
John Wick 3.
This is like the beginning of us going to the movie theaters together.
Yeah. 2019 had a lot of good stuff.
Probably the best year in movies, in my opinion. Just because of just all
that
of
we've
the
been
stuff
that we've been present for and actively
that we've been alive. Yeah.
Yeah, actively going to see.
Yes.
2019. Yeah, that takes the year.
What did you have?
John Wick 3.
Oh, okay. We watched that 3 times together.
That movie right there. I don't need to go on about it, but greatest movie scene of all time. Knife fight scene happens within first
it's decent.
13 minutes and
It's
29
solid.
seconds of the movie.
It's not
But
special.
dude, that movie. When I'm telling you, when that 4th one comes out, I have no faith that I'm going to sit down that entire movie.
Well, you're going to be at the premiere though, right?
Yeah, I've emailed 3 executives at Lionsgate. None of them have emailed me back.
3 executives at Lionsgate.
Yeah, I found some website. I did that with past 2 weeks.
Just hit up Keanu.
He doesn't have no socials.
Just find him.
He's a humble human. He doesn't do this.
You should have went to New Orleans that time when he was filming.
It wasn't even New Orleans. It was Bill and Ted, and it was in
Baton Rouge?
I mean, it was basically New Orleans.
Yeah.
But
For me, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We talked about Margot earlier.
yeah, that
Top 10 movie all time for me.
The movie progressively got worse the more it existed in my mind.
Yeah, the more I watched it, the more I loved it. Love that movie. And then also 5 Feet Apart.
Oh.
We talked about that enough last time. Let's end this. So that was fun. I like doing that. It's fun reviewing the decade and kind of getting an idea of what all came out, because I mean, crap, that's a lot of good stuff in my opinion. And we've surely missed a lot of fan favorites.
Yeah, it's hard to pick one unless it's John Wick.
And I'm sure there's probably a ton of superhero stuff that came out in this decade that we didn't even talk about.
Yeah, in-game in 2019.
Here's Carlson for a field goal, 53 yards. We need it.
I'm 6 points away.
We need it.
Nailed it.
Nailed
it.
Oh, let's go.
Nailed it.
I need it as well. I need 9 points from him tonight. That just got up to 7, I think. Yeah.
That's good. Now we're going to the good part.
Horror time.
The good stuff.
So explain our happenings behind this.
Okay. So it's going to be a horror rankings, but there's so many horror movies, and they're all they all have certain things about them. So we got them subgenred into slasher, paranormal, I guess / supernatural, demon.
And explain kind of what makes them each.
Slasher, it's kind of you have the most average way to explain a slasher would be like
the most popular. It's the most popular genre of horror.
Yeah, it's like you have a group of people in one setting, and you have like one thing that goes after them, and it's
okay.
It's kind of like
a person most of the time. It's
yeah.
the most, in my opinion, the most realistic type of horror.
It's like stuff that could actually happen, where it's not like,
for example, Scream.
Yeah, Scream.
That's the most Scream and Halloween. Those are the most popular examples of a slasher film, right?
Yeah.
And then
separating it from paranormal / supernatural, and that's kind of like,
this is probably the most up for debate category.
Yeah, it's kind of like, probably the biggest thing about it. It has like, maybe, I don't want to say a ghost, but it's like something like that where you might have someone that gets possessed or.
There was a movie we talked about earlier, Barbarian. I guess I could say it, and it's
the paranormal where it's like,
or the supernatural.
Supernatural. It's kind of like it's defined as it's something that you have like the normal base laws of how something should happen,
but there's something about it that just takes it up to a weird level.
Yeah, it branches it off from the normality of how this would really
to where,
happen.
Like, it's a normal person that has normal traits, but they're 10 foot tall. You know,
I don't think that person was 10 foot.
It was huge.
Hey, it was
huge.
Okay. Anyways.
And then paranormal.
That person was supernatural. That was a
Yes.
supernatural occurrence in history. Yes.
And then paranormals are. I mean, that's pretty easy to explain.
It's like demons, possession, stuff like that. Like
aliens,
ghosts.
I guess, can fit into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like stuff that's not real.
Yeah.
And then we got psychological.
Might be my favorite kind of horror.
Yeah, where you think, you walk out and you're like, oh.
Psychological horrors provide the best made movie, in my opinion. Slashers are the most fun.
Yeah.
And then paranormals can be very hit or miss.
Psychologicals for me, according going by my list, it's like the most complex movie.
Oh yeah.
Like it's gonna have.
You got to think about it.
It's got to have a lot of elements, and it's not just you have this one thing and people are dying.
And what makes them so good is that they're so psychological, and they do so good at the genre to where it's almost hard to consider them a horror.
Yeah,
the horror elements aren't on the main display.
Yeah, they don't.
They're not constantly scaring you.
Yeah, they don't rely on jump scares or they have this unsettling feeling of how they build up the scenes.
Yeah.
And you're just uneasy the entire time.
And the most popular example of that is The Shining, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Where it's a movie that at its base,
it's not jump scares.
At its base, I don't even consider it a horror. Like, if I just think about The Shining, I don't initially think, oh, that's a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think of, oh, that's one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
And then when you start digging deep into it, you're like, okay, there's horror elements to this, and it's definitely psychological. So, that's my favorite type of horror movies.
Yeah, slashers would be my favorite just because they're slashers.
Yeah,
but
they're what makes horror movies popular.
But watching a good psychological, it's an experience.
Yes, there's not many bad ones.
Yeah,
or not many bad ones that I ever care to watch, at least.
Yeah, and then I guess we're gonna do comedies, comedy horrors. There's not many of those that I've seen really, but we're going to do 5 of each one, and I have 5.
Yeah, I've got 5, and my 5 are different, I'm pretty sure, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a interesting genre. It's probably different than what most people have, but I mean, they're absolutely they're funny. And if you look on IMDb or any type of movie website, it'll say this movie would have horror as a genre, and then it'd have comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't just be a normal horror with a comedy genre. You know, there's definitely something different about those types of movies.
Yeah, and a lot of time it might be the cast.
Yeah,
the cast makes a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
not trying to give away.
Let's get into this.
Okay,
start it off.
So which one are we gonna start with?
That's you. You're the horror man.
I guess we just get comedy out of the way. I feel like it's probably gonna be our most similar.
Okay.
I'll go with number 5, Happy Death Day. Really strong lead in the girl. I forget her name.
I've wanted to watch this.
Yeah, it's really good. They made the second one. The second one was not good at all, and it's basically Groundhog Day for horror.
Before we get into it, what is have you ever seen Villains? Bill Skarsgård and Maika Monroe and Kyra Sedgwick.
Is that new?
2019. LCB's got it. I mean, Jeff D. Lowe gave it 89 out of 100.
Bill's riding that It train.
I want it. Yeah.
Happy Death Day. Jessica Roth, that's her name. She's
the Valley Girl.
Yeah, she's in a couple things. Really good. She's in. Never mind.
She's in Valley Girl.
Yeah, I think I fell asleep during that. Shout out Brittany.
Love that movie.
Shout out Brittany.
Yeah.
But yeah, Happy Death Day. Girl, she's in college. It's her birthday. She wakes up, and she dies. Wakes up, dies, and the movie is her trying to figure out how this is happening and stopping it. And the movie ends, and then they obviously make the second one. So.
Yeah, I've wanted to watch that. I mean, I remember seeing all the trailers and stuff whenever I'd go to the theater or something, and yeah, it's one that I've wanted to watch. Never gotten around to watching it though. Mm-hmm. Finish off your list.
4, I got Ready or Not.
Okay.
It's probably not as comedic as these other movies, but it was really good.
Let's list them all off, and then we can kind of talk about them.
Okay.
Because our lists will probably be similar.
Yeah. Number 3, I got Shaun of the Dead. Number 2, I got Zombieland Double Tap. Number 1, I got Zombieland.
Okay. Number 5 for me, Ready or Not. Number 4, Terrifier 2.
Oh my God.
I don't give a crap what you say. It's a comedy.
It was fun.
I laughed a lot.
You laughed.
3, Shaun of the Dead. 2, Zombieland. 1, Zombieland Double Tap.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ready or Not. Yeah, it's one that I kind of forget how funny it is. I haven't seen it in a while. Samara Weaving though, great in the role.
Yeah, she's
kind of jump started her career.
Yeah, she's really good.
It's good. It's set in that. It's got that one house setting, where everything's right there. Really good though.
Yes, the girl goes and tries to marry this guy.
Mm-hmm.
They lock her in. They start hunting her. She's got to defend herself.
Yeah.
Much like Invitation, which sucked.
Yes, yeah, it is.
Invitation was not good.
It was not. Terrifier 2.
I could talk a lot about Terrifier 2. I have a lot of respect for that movie. The more
I loved it.
Like, they took $200,000.
Okay.
How?
How was that movie only $200,000?
That's what I'm saying.
Blows my mind.
They took $200,000, made a slasher movie that was over 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen another slasher movie that's over 2 hours.
And had a lot of
the entire movie. The entire movie's practical effects.
How for $200,000?
That just shows money utilization. Like, you don't need $200 million to make.
I think they're just lying.
They actually killed people.
Yeah.
That movie right there.
Have we seen the actress since?
Everybody, this is all no names. So if they disappeared, you just
very matter. True. That's why they did it.
Yeah, but that movie was really fun.
I loved it.
I really liked the first one. Been waiting for the second one for years, and they announced.
I don't even want to watch the first one because I think it's gonna be that much of a letdown for me.
It's not like you enjoyed the second one enough to where you would enjoy this one, but it's watching it after the second one, you'd be like, this is definitely a step down in every department. But it follows a more normal slasher route.
See, I gave number 2 like a 82, 83, something like that. I forget.
I could
feel
see,
like number 1 would be like a 69 or something.
Yeah, they took $200,000, made this epic movie. I'll call it an epic movie.
Okay.
And it was in theaters. It was only in theaters for a night around us, but pulled in over $1 million.
What was the budget for the first one? Like
not near
$20.
Yeah, I think it was it was. I think it was 50,000.
There's so much freaking blood though. Like, how'd they get for 200,000?
I don't know. And they show the behind the scenes of them actually doing all that stuff. So.
Like, it's a lot of blood and a lot of crazy crap.
Yeah, originally the movie was not the second one. Nobody wanted the movie because it was going to be that long. So the guy was like, "Well." Fans started a campaign to raise money, and he raised 4 times what he wanted. He only needed $50,000, he said, and they made 200-something thousand. So he was like, "Well, I can just make the version."
All right, let's move on from that. Shaun of the Dead, great movie. Yeah, our top 3 are zombie movies.
Yeah, and we had a discussion is comedy movies zombie movies, which I've got some zombie.
But there's zombie movies that are.
Yeah, like World War Z.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Train to Busan or whatever.
I turned it off.
Really?
It's not English, so
It's supposed to be fantastic. Though.
yeah, it probably is. But I didn't know it wasn't English, so I
No.
started it and I was like, well, I'm just not in the mood for this right now.
Yeah. And then what's the one that Mitch loves? Overlord.
Overlord, yeah,
that-
Nazi zombies.
Yeah. Okay. Shaun of the Dead though, love that movie. We talked about it during our 2000s comedy draft, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then the top two, which are in different orders, actually.
I feel like it's interchangeable for me.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, they're pretty close.
The first one is just the first one.
Yeah, but the second one,
I know Zoe Dutch
yes,
adds her to it.
like it's literally everything the first one is, but it takes it up a notch, bringing in Zoe Deutsch, and I think a part that gets forgotten in that movie, you get the lookalikes. Luke Wilson being Woody Harrelson, Middleditch being Eisenberg.
Yeah, Tallahassee.
Love that. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, they're in it very briefly, but it's very funny.
And Abigail Breslin's in the movie less. She sucks. Like, she just straight up sucks.
She doesn't even have a Funko Pop for the movie.
No, she's bad. Love that movie, though. And yeah, Zombieland 1, that's another one that...
That one has Bill Murray in it, so it's going to be the number one for me.
Yeah. Well, Bill Murray's in the second one, in the after credits.
Yeah, that don't count.
Bill Murray sucks.
They say Ghostbusters in the first one.
Bill Murray's the funniest man alive.
He's not.
Freaks and Geeks.
Oh.
Come on now. All right, next, what are we doing? Let's go paranormal.
That's a good list right there.
Let's do it.
Okay. You go first.
Okay. Oh, actually, I don't have them in order.
Oh, my God.
Crap.
Wait, what? You just have movies listed?
I just listed 5 in a
Okay.
and then I don't have them ordered. Number 5, Annabelle Comes Home. Wait, ain't that the name of it?
Yeah.
The Madison Eisman one.
Have you seen the other two? The first one's not good.
You told me not to watch that one.
First one's not
I watched
good.
Creation.
The second one's solid.
Yes.
That's the one where
it's the one in the house, right?
Yeah, it's like set in earlier
Yeah,
times.
we watched that at your house. It was pretty freaky.
But Madison Eisman in the third one, that's easily the best one.
It's not necessarily a good movie, but it's one of my favorite horrors. It's just fun to watch.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, but people.
There's better.
Yeah, the ratings for it. It's nothing crazy.
It's inside that Conjuring universe, which has definitely better movies involved with it.
So I don't think I've
haven't
seen
seen
anything
any
else.
of them.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some worse movies in the Conjuring universe. Far worse.
Okay. And then number 4. I think I'm gonna go A Quiet Place 1. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll just finish off my list. 3, Nope. Loved that movie. Is that counting this? Paranormal?
I don't care. I wouldn't put it anywhere on a list. So yeah, it's paranormal.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's aliens.
2, A Quiet Place 2. And then number 1, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
We have one similar.
Probably that.
Yeah, it's not number 1 though.
Yeah.
But
All right.
are we talking about yours?
You go first.
We're gonna talk about mine. Number 5, I got Scary Stories.
Okay.
Number
I probably haven't seen these top 4.
You have?
I have? I've seen them?
No, you've seen one of them.
Okay.
Number 4, I got The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Conjuring universe.
Yeah.
Annabelle. Number 3, I got Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
But I like that.
We'll talk about it. It'll probably be the most talked about one. Number 2, I got It.
Yeah.
And number 1, I got
the new one, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, not the old one. The old one's not very good at
Okay.
all. And number 1, I got The Exorcist.
Okay. See, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that one's probably just widely agreed upon as being like
everyone loves
one
it.
of the scariest movies. And during COVID, when they were doing like the older movies, they showed like an unreleased extended version. I think it was 3 hours long.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And
But it's old, right?
yeah, I think it's the 70s. Like
Probably not even scary.
You would watch it and not think it's scary, I don't think.
Like in most movies I watch.
Yeah, but yeah, so that'd be number 1. Number 2 being It.
It's a good movie. I don't think it's as good as these other ones, in my opinion.
I think.
Well, it's probably a better movie than Annabelle Comes Home.
Yeah,
I would say it is actually, but I want to show some respect for it.
I really loved that movie. It was And the second one, basically
one of the biggest disappointments
a
ever.
letdown from that one. But the cast of that one, all the kids, they did a really good job. I'm pretty hard on kid actors, so to have them all and say they're all decent, and I
Horror
think
legend Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah, and I think very like the horror aspects of that movie work. Like you didn't see it in theaters. I watched it in theaters. Okay. I jumped when he's in the suit.
You jump at everything.
I don't go into those movies and be like, well, I'm not going to get scared.
Well, I want to be scared.
Anyways,
it just never happens.
The scene when he goes down into the basement and it's just flooded and Georgie's in the corner and Pennywise jumps up behind him and pulls him into the water and just starts running after him. Scary in theaters. And that's really loud. Anyways. And then number 3, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I recently rewatched that with Gunner. Gunner was hooked. It's from the 80s. So it's going to be completely different than probably anything you've ever seen horror-wise.
Yeah.
But everything's practical in that movie other than like when something disappears. But the production design on that movie is awesome. Like when you have like actual stuff that was made, like all the clowns and stuff that was actual like 12-foot stuff and it was people in costumes. It's just really fun. Like it's not that scary, but it's really unique, and for stuff that should be remade in today's times, that's probably something that should have been done by now, but it hasn't because they probably know they just can't do it as good.
They just respect it.
Yeah, it's just got that. And then The Conjuring, that's a scary movie.
So what is The Conjuring?
It's what's his name?
It's a nun, right?
No.
Okay. What's the thing? Like
it's so
like
the
Annabelle's a doll.
Yeah, so The Conjuring, the universe, it centers around the Warren people, which is Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. And it's them, they're not exorcists or something, but they have like the house of like all this haunted stuff, and Annabelle's in there.
Yeah.
And every time they go do like an exorcism or something, they take the possessed item and they put it in their basement.
And lock it up in cases and crap.
It
they
was
showed it in Annabelle.
Yeah. And so
but what is The Conjuring?
The Conjuring, it's the 70s, and they...
No, like, what is the thing?
It's a possession. It's like this family moves into a house, and the thing goes into one of the people. That's basically...
Oh, okay.
So I think it's the little girl in that movie. Yeah. And so they call the Warrens to come in, and so they stay, and just stuff goes wild.
Okay. See, I didn't know if it was... I thought it was a person, or an item, like Annabelle, And what's the other movies in that trilogy, in that universe?
There's The Nun.
Okay. I know
The Nun.
Yeah.
The Nun is in The Conjuring. There's a painting on the wall of the Nun, and so the Nun's basically an origin story of that. Not very good. There's The Curse of La Llorona, I think's in that universe somehow. Linda.
Yeah.
Not good. Annabelle, obviously, but anyways, that one's pretty scary. Like I don't know that you've seen like something like that.
Like The Conjuring?
Yeah, where it's just like there's a possession and then
I don't know.
Then number 5, Scary Stories.
If I have, it's probably not a good movie.
The Conjuring, both of them are really good. The second one almost made the list too.
I thought the second one was not good.
I think it's probably rated better than the first one.
Really?
Or it might not.
Is there a third?
Mm-mm. No, yeah, there is. The Conjuring.
There's one that came out in the past 2 years.
Yeah, it wasn't near as good.
Yeah, I remember you going and watching that one sucking.
Yeah, that one was supposed to be
and you were ecstatic for it.
Yeah, I mean it was good, but it didn't.
You gave it a 66 or something.
Maybe, I don't know. I watched it twice.
Well, that don't mean nothing.
And then
watched Licorice Pizza 3 times, and I gave it a 65, just because Julia Roberts is in it. Not Licorice Pizza, Mystic Pizza.
Mystic Pizza.
Yeah.
And then Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, just a really fun movie. That one's pretty freaky too.
Before this year, I would call that probably my favorite horror movie.
Yeah.
If I don't count The Shining.
It's got the high schoolers in it.
Yeah, it's so good.
Gunner.
It's unique.
Yeah, Gunner went and watched that one. Gunner, big.
He freaked.
Gunner's the horror guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both ways that works.
Yeah.
He had to be taken out because he freaked out
Yeah.
during that movie.
He freaked.
Yeah, he had a panic attack.
I love that movie though. It's so good. I've seen it probably five or more times. Probably my most watched for. If you don't count like Zombieland and crap like that.
Yeah.
For it to be that type of movie though, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
It's just like it's kind of just like a.
Can't wait for the second one. That's happening, right?
I have no clue.
It better be.
I
The
mean,
way that the first one ends.
They could, yeah, they could do it. It's
They
kind of
got to.
It's basically just Goosebumps, kind of like you've got the book, but
and it has some vibes of it,
yeah,
like the friendships and everything like that. And
the scene in the red room, like the red hallway.
Oh my God!
And
yes,
the blob lady is walking.
Love
through.
that. Love that scene.
Really good.
Love
scene.
that scene.
Yeah,
it's so good. I love it. I think it's underrated.
Yeah, easily.
I
forgot your list.
Nope is in there. Number 4 for me.
Notepad. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Decent movie, terrible alien. Or I think I described it as a decent movie, a terrible alien movie.
Yes, that's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
I loved it. And then the Quiet Place movies.
Both really good.
I'm surprised you don't have them on there.
You
You probably have them rated higher than those movies, though. Than some of them. I'm sure.
I gave the second one, I think, a 91.
Exactly.
I think I like the second one more than the first one.
Is Killer Clowns in the 90s?
I think it's like high 8s.
Exactly.
But
yeah, but I understand rating based off of like the horror elements and stuff. It's kind of different. Kind of like me and like comedies, rom-coms. There's some that are, I think, just like extremely well made.
Yeah.
And then there's some that just do better at the genre aspects, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're kind of going for the genre aspects in this rankings.
I guess I liked the first Quiet Place. I didn't think it was anything special. Like I remember going into the second one.
Oh yeah, you were disappointed in it, I think.
Like it's kind of like Get Out to me. Like
I was really excited.
Everyone loves it, and I was kind of like, well, it's good, but I just don't. It's nothing stand out.
That's
to
true.
me.
That is true.
I really liked the second one.
Was
the
great.
second one was really good.
Yes.
I gave that one.
But
I think a
you didn't watch the first one in theaters. That's the thing. That's it. Because me, Dad, and Chance watched it in theaters. Quite a studio being. Everyone was so tense during that movie.
Yeah, it's probably an experience. I remember the second.
Was.
I remember the second one being like that.
I think you said you and Mitch just like watched it at the house or something.
Yeah,
and that I think absolutely would change up the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And Gunnar was probably in there yelling or something. So
we probably watched it.
It wasn't even quiet.
We probably watched it in the living room midday.
Yeah. All right. So psychological's next. I think you want to save slashers for last.
Yeah, that's the defining of horrors.
It's probably my worst list. Yeah.
Psychological is my number 5.
I can go first if you want me to. Or I went first last time, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can go first. My number 5, I guess it wouldn't really be labeled as a psychological, like in terms of how the movie is, like the elements of the movie, but personally how it made me feel, and that'd be Crawl.
Okay.
The entire time I watched that movie.
That's hard to be psychological.
Yeah, but the movie, you've got the claustrophobia of the girl under the house, and in my mind I'm like, there's an alligator on this floor in this theater with me. So I put my feet in the seat and I don't let him down. And I walk out scared of alligators.
How many people, did Chance go with us to that?
Somebody else did.
Chance, Aston, Ansley, and I know Ansley and Maddie were there.
Yeah.
Vale.
Yeah, I mean, it was competing. It was that and Nightmare on Elm Street kind of to me. I don't think you've seen that.
I have not. I should.
Yeah, that one, Johnny Depp. But Crawl is just
That's like the one at a camp, maybe?
It's on Elm Street.
What's
Friday the 13th.
That's it. Is that not Johnny Depp?
No.
Okay. All right. I don't know classic horrors. 2022 is the year of the horror.
Yeah, but Crawl, that's just a personal pick of how it made me feel.
And that's such a different psychological, but I understand your meaning.
Yeah, and number 4, I got The Witch.
Okay.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Probably sucks.
Number 3, I got Hereditary.
Oh, I don't know what.
You haven't seen these movies, but
I think you forgot one. 2.
number 2 is The Night House.
I think you forgot 2 movies. What's number 1?
The Shining.
Okay. I'm kind of surprised you don't have 2 of these movies on your list that I have.
I haven't updated this in a while.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Here we go.
I think Hereditary and The Witch is both A24s. Self-explanatory.
Yeah, I need to watch Hereditary. I'd love it, I think.
Hereditary is frightening.
Probably not.
Frightening.
Probably not.
Okay.
Number 5, The Night House. Number 4, Split.
Wait, The Night House is that low?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
We had a 30-minute discussion.
Okay. Number 4, Split.
Yeah, Split.
You don't have Split?
It's on here.
Number 3, I am shocked you don't have. The Invisible Man.
It's on down here at the bottom.
I am shocked.
I don't know if I'd call that. Well, yeah, I guess
it
it's
absolutely was.
The girl does go crazy. She's yeah, okay.
That was absolutely psychological.
It was. Now that I think about
I'm shocked you don't have that on there.
It's on this list. It's just unlisted.
Yeah, I thought it'd be top 5 because we had that in like the 90s. I know mine was like 90 out of 100.
It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah. Number 2 for me, Get Out. You don't like it, but
I don't dislike it. I just don't think it's a top 10 movie like ever.
Yeah, you should. It is. No, it's not. It's top 50 ever. Number 1, The Shining.
Shining.
So let's talk Night House, I guess.
Yeah,
Rebecca Hall, is that her?
Sure.
I think it's Rebecca Hall.
What year did that come out?
2020. We went and watched it in theaters, so.
It was 2020. Yeah, Rebecca Hall.
Yeah.
But
she's so good. That movie was so good.
Yeah, the girl, her husband.
I'm going to my letterbox because I want to see what I wrote.
Yeah, her husband dies, and he leaves her this house that he built for her on the lake, and she starts having dreams, and these dreams, they start like merging themselves with real life. I guess that's a good way to put it. I guess.
You want me to read my review from Letterboxd?
Let's see if I have a
August 24th, 2021. It was last year.
Really?
Yeah. Which
Was
that
it?
makes sense because we watched everything last year pretty much.
It was last year?
Yeah. Great twisty thriller that I walked out of the theater discussing for at least 5 minutes. Rebecca Hall does a pretty good job in the lead. She commands the screen, and it's definitely her movie. Kicker, 50-yarder.
I need less than a point.
I need this.
Less than a point.
I need this.
Oh, my God.
He drills it. Let's go, baby. Suck it, Cody.
Good
Let's
week.
go.
Good
Let's
week.
go. I love you, Carlson.
How do I look at my review?
Click review.
This
No.
thing?
Scroll down.
This?
Yes. And then click you on the top right.
Oh.
She commands the screen, and it's definitely her movie, as I don't think there's a scene without her. There were definitely some horror elements that worked well. What I was honestly most impressed with was the camera work. Yes.
Oh,
I remember
did
that.
mention that.
I remember that. This isn't something I usually care about or critique, but there's so many times where the camera was just lined up in a way to provide such a scare that it left you all wondering how they did it. Very impressive. Story gradually got better to the point where the final 20 or 30 minutes, I was talking to the screen trying to guess some of the big twists that were coming next. I don't want to spoil it, so go watch the movie. One of the best thrillers I've seen in some time.
Yeah. I do mention the cam work, and then I say during the ending, I wouldn't say I was confused, but you're definitely left with one big thing to think about. And then when we sat in the vehicle for like 30 minutes and figured
we
that
didn't
out.
leave that parking lot for a while.
And when we figured it out, I say...
and that was a horror we watched at noon.
When you ultimately figure out this, the movie explodes into so much more depth that undoubtedly will elevate your thoughts on it.
Yeah. What did you give that?
81 back then.
83 for me.
It'd probably be higher nowadays.
Probably. I need to rewatch that.
Especially
I think I have it.
with it.
I think I bought it.
That one, okay, yeah. That's one of the instances where I have it rated so high because of how I thought about the movie. Like, it's probably not better than Hereditary, but
yeah,
psychologically on how it made me think, extreme.
Yeah. Let's see. What else did we have? Split. Didn't make your list.
It's on here. It's like number 7.
Didn't make your list.
Yeah, it didn't make my list. It's in the top 10.
Miss Patricia.
That movie's really good.
Love it. Haley Lou.
James McAvoy.
Haley Lou and Anya, right?
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
James McAvoy in that role.
One of the best performances of all time.
So many personalities.
One of the best performances of all time.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great
Top 10 for me.
Yeah, the sequel wasn't as good, but
Glass.
Yeah, he was in that, right?
Yeah, everyone was.
Wasn't near as good. Unbreakable's good.
Probably not.
It's not Split.
No, nothing is.
No.
Miss Patricia. Invisible Man though. Shocked you don't have that.
Invisible Man's really good too. That
Mitch slept in it.
Yeah, he didn't really like that.
Someone did Gunnar go to that in Yale? I thought I remember someone yelling.
He's really interactive nowadays. So probably.
I love
that movie. Was really cool. How they filmed all the scenes.
Yes.
How the girl filmed all the scenes by herself. I think that's how they did it.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the movie, it's her like fighting somebody, but he's invisible. And then the scene where everything's just like flying at her.
Yeah.
I watched behind the scenes for that, and I think it's like them just.
Isn't there a scene where they're at like a dinner table and the Invisible Man just picks up a knife and just cuts someone's throat?
Yeah.
Pretty sure. And then like there's like the shower, like we're in the fog where they're using the handprints and that's all you see. And
then when she's at the hospital and she goes outside and it's storming.
Yeah.
And you see her running, and then you see just like the water like break over this invisible thing. Really well done.
Love that movie. Get Out for me.
I guess I need to rewatch that. I've only ever seen it once.
You do.
And it was when it came out.
You do.
I still don't think it'd be that
It's
perfect.
really, really good.
It's good.
It's really, really good. It's like
a
97 probably for me.
It's his best movie.
Yeah, no doubt. And then The Shining. What can you not say about that? It's perfect.
It does have the worst female performance of all time,
but that's what makes it so good.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll say that always. If you replace that with a really well done female performance, I don't think the movie's as good.
Well, yeah, I mean it's what the movie is, so it's kind of hard to just see something else become of it.
Yeah, but
but she's undeniably a terrible actress. But yeah. I guess in the movie,
and everyone will say that.
Yeah, since that's all you know of the movie, you're gonna say,
yeah,
there's nothing better.
That it just kind of gives you like that campy type of vibe.
Yeah, I've also seen that one in theaters during COVID. I don't think you went.
I didn't. I think I had COVID.
I think I took Hunter Williams came with me. He had never seen it before.
Yeah,
he loved it. I believe
it's so good.
Yeah, not much to talk about there other than the fact that you need to watch it because it's, like you said, it could be looked at as one of the greatest movies of all time.
It is horror. I think it's my number 3 movie all time.
Oh, it's in your top 10?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's Shawshank, Silence of the Lambs, and then Shining for me.
Okay, well, there goes that episode. It might change before then, whenever we do that.
That can't be an episode. That'd be hard.
Yeah, it'll have to be the last.
Everything's so subjective.
Like we're on our deathbeds.
Yeah.
That'll have to be the last.
Yeah. So let's go slashers.
Slashers, this is a hard list to make. And,
it's probably my worst list. I'll go first.
Okay.
This is terrible. Number 5, Scream 4.
Okay.
I don't know if I've just not seen slashers or I think it's because so many slashers are just straight up bad movies, but they're cult classics. That's what makes them good.
Slashers are the movies that have the biggest horror icons in them.
Yeah, yeah. But a lot of those are also bad movies.
Yeah, once you get past the first one, a lot of them become not good.
And I'd say some of the first ones aren't good. I haven't seen them, but I don't know. I think they're just...
You just know?
Yeah, there's just something about them that's I don't know. I guess it's because it's... And that's what makes slashers so good is that it's just got that feel of... I don't know. It's laid back. It's what you think of when a teenage date night on a Friday night.
It's the most simplistic of the horror movies.
That's what you think of. That's what a slasher movie is.
Yeah.
You're going to the movie theater with a girl. You get a popcorn.
Yeah, she's not gonna want to go watch.
Yeah.
Like The Shining or something.
Yeah. You go to the movie, and it's one that everyone is there for because it's simple. There's going to be jump scares everywhere. You're going to be yelling "why" at the screen, and yeah, that's just what makes them what they are.
Yeah, it's my favorite of them.
They're the most fun,
but
but they're also the worst movies, I think, because a lot of the times they don't have as much story.
My top 5 are solid.
Okay.
You haven't seen 1, 2 of them. One of them you don't like, but anyways.
Okay. Scream 4 for me. Then Scream 5. I don't have Scream 1 in my top 5.
I've met Ghostface. I've physically embraced Ghostface.
Yes.
For 10 seconds.
And I had the Scream shirt on. You didn't.
Yeah, he cussed me out.
I'm the big fan.
He cussed me out because I was wearing normal guy clothes.
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard just
Scream. Yes. We'll talk about it later. Then number 3, Fear Street, 1994, the first one, part 1. That's my number 3. Number 2, Pearl. Number 1, X.
Those are 2 really good movies.
What do you got?
Number 5, I got Hush.
Okay, I haven't seen that
you
yet.
might not even know what it is.
I know.
Number 4, I got Halloween, 1978, original. That's the one I was talking about you didn't like. Number 3, I got Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay, that's a good one.
Number 2, I got Fear Street, 94. And number 1, I got The Strangers, which I think is the greatest horror movie of all time, other than, I guess The Shining, but...
It's probably the scariest.
Yeah, it's the one where...
I think it'd be hard to call it the greatest.
That's
what the slashers do.
It's this could actually happen. Put yourself in this position. Yeah. Like, if I had a knock on my door, it could be this.
Yeah, and it'll probably scare you the most. It'll probably scare me the most. But if you look at it, and I don't know much about the movie. I know but it's pretty simple.
It's a very simple movie.
There's not much to the story.
It's like an hour and
that's what I think is the downfall for slashers.
Yeah,
but you have to just look at them differently.
Mm-hmm.
You can't compare Scream to The Shining.
No, not at all.
I think that's what makes
That's why we've got it broken up into 4 subcategories of horror.
That's why I think Fear Street kind of stands. It has a leg up on like Scream and all them.
Yeah.
So I think it had a really good story.
Yeah. It also has that kind of paranormal stuff in it, but it's a slasher.
It's a slasher.
Yeah. And
it gives the Stranger Thing vibes, honestly, to me.
Those movies came out a week after each other, right? I think
it was.
It was a week after each other. And let me tell you, now the second one wasn't as strong. I was most excited for the third one because it was the Friday the 13th camp vibes, but...
Second one was out.
Yeah, what'd I say?
The third. The third was like Blair Witch era.
Yeah,
like
the second one, we watched the first one. The first one was fantastic. I said, they showed the preview for the second one. I was like, the second one might be better.
Yes, and it had Sadie Sink in it, so I was excited.
Yeah, and I didn't like it near as much. And then the third one, I loved. I really liked the third one.
Third one was a big disappointment to me. I fell asleep.
Yeah, it's period piece.
Yes. First one, though, I think it's undeniably the best, and it's one of the best.
I love the main girls. Kiana, and I don't know the other girl's name, but...
So good.
Yeah, but my number 5... Did you name yours? You listed yours.
Yeah.
Number 5, Hush.
You don't have Pearl or X? That's stupid. Those movies are probably both top 5 rated for you.
Probably.
Ever for horror.
Yeah, but Hush, it's the deaf girl in a secluded house, and a guy comes and she can't hear anything.
It's part of the Quiet Place universe. You have Hush, Quiet Place, and then where there there's somebody with the senses.
I thought you were like being for real.
No. There's like a horror movie where people don't have their senses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't breathe. I guess
that's it.
The guy's blind. But yeah, Hush, deaf girl getting stalked by a guy. She has to defend herself.
A Quiet Place, you can't make noise.
This one, you don't make a lot of noise.
Exactly.
Like there's not much doubt.
And same with Don't Breathe, you can't make noise.
Well, the girl can't talk, and the guy he doesn't know she can't talk. So when she can't hear. So when he's like, anyways,
what else fits in this universe? There's other stuff.
I don't know.
There's gonna be a smell movie.
Smile. Smile. I don't.
They smell and smile or something?
No, you said smell. I said smile.
Oh, idiot.
What? We're talking senses. Smile.
Smile's not a sense.
Happiness.
That's not a sense. Do you know what senses are?
Shut up. Number 4, Halloween. Iconic. He's probably the most iconic horror icon.
Yeah.
It's Michael Myers.
His Haunted House was good in Universal.
That was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
All right, I'm putting it on my list. Never mind. That's the number 1.
Yeah, the movie obviously shows age, and it's probably not as enjoyable as like the 2018 one.
2018 one was better.
Yeah, but I think it's just...
It's not as good, yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. It's, anyways. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Now, that's an old movie that is good.
That one's really good, and I think it has the most, like...
Let me read my reviews for those. Keep talking.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, as far as, like, memorable scenes in horror movies...
Talking the 2022 one, right? No.
That's why I wanted to do worst horror movies, because that would be on there. But this movie...
Oh, here's my review for Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974. Well, this was just pure intensity and insanity. Simple.
Yeah, it's accurate. But the scene when they first go to the house and they're all walking around, and I think it's the guy, he walks through the front door, and he's standing there, and he gets hit with a hammer. He drops down. Leatherface grabs him and just pulls him into the hallway.
Yeah.
He just slams the
slaughter chamber.
He just slams the door, and you're like if I had to name something from a horror movie, that'd be the scene. So that's why I have it above Halloween. And I think it's that story is really fun with the cannibal family. Fear Street we already talked about, and the strangers. Put yourself in their shoes. You could say it's probably the scariest movie you've ever seen, or I've ever seen, just because of how like real it is. And I really like the second one too. It's kind of just the same movie, different setting, but
my Halloween 1978 review. I wonder if Blair is still going to come home for Christmas after this. Shout out to Christmas with the Cranks.
I wanted to talk about the new Halloween.
And then my 2018 review.
She didn't come.
Blair came home for Halloween this year instead of Christmas. Bet she won't do that again. And then
she does.
Let's see what Halloween Kills is. Oh, it didn't. I didn't put Blair in it. Dang it, loser.
Yeah.
I talk about Brian Johnson in The Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Because he's in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have the newest movie coming out Thursday figured out to a T.
Probably not.
Like if I had to bet money on anything in life, I'd probably bet money on this.
Halloween Kills. I said very slow moving and little to no scary scenes. I got really sad at one point. I didn't expect that in a horror movie. But the ending is really good and excites me for the next installment. So I guess I'm excited.
I think it's going to be better than the second one.
It's hard not to be.
Yeah.
If it's not, I mean, there's a problem.
Yeah, I just don't understand how they made that 2018 one and then it just went to this one.
Yeah. 2018 was great.
And I don't even think I didn't even hate the second one when we watched it, but I know now.
It was bad.
I know now if I watched it, outside of just being excited to watch it, because I was excited to watch it, so I was obviously going to give it like some more points. But
and it's a horror movie.
I'm going to watch it before Thursday because I don't remember much of what happens. I don't remember much of what happens other than he just kills a bunch of people. I remember the mom dies. I remember the mom dies.
That must be the part where I get sad.
It's the ending.
Okay.
I think it might be. No, it's not an after credit. It feels like it's a throwaway scene.
Yeah. The movie wasn't good.
Yeah, I have a big problem with the
So no X and Pearl?
I mean, they're fantastic, but...
Just too new.
Yeah. Like, Pearl, I don't think Pearl wouldn't be on there regardless. It's like, Pearl is like just a really good movie.
Yeah.
But as far as...
X is more slasher.
But putting it in terms of slashers and comparing it to other slashers, it wouldn't be on the list because...
I can agree with that.
It
doesn't have as much killing.
Like, it's just a really good movie.
Yeah.
X could be on the list. Like, it's definitely top 10.
It should be on the list.
But it just doesn't have that. Like, I love the vibe of them, of it being, like, older style.
I think X has its fair share of slasher.
Yeah, it's definitely a slasher. But to me, it's just, personally, it's just not, like...
As slashing?
It's just not what I think of when I think of slashers.
Yeah. So what about the Scream franchise? You don't have Scream on yours? Any of them?
Yeah, I mean the first and the fifth one, those are the ones I care about.
Not number 4.
I think you might be the only person that cares about that one.
It has every person on earth I love in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me go to my Letterboxd again for that.
Isn't that like the worst rated one?
No, I think that's 2 or 3. No, I think it's 3. 2's I think solid still.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, outside of the first one, I don't really care for any of the other ones. But then the fifth one came out, and that one was really good. And I had some high hopes for the fifth one. To which
2 I gave. 2 was long.
It was like 2:12, wasn't it?
2 hours.
2 hours.
I gave it a 72.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, it's like a. Crap, it's probably not even, my rating's probably not even on here. Number 1, I don't know, it's probably like 80, right around there.
Mm-hmm.
Scream 3, I gave a 70. My review was that house explosion, though. I think it was like one of the worst scenes I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
4, I gave an 81. Which, oh my God. my review, it has a tag that says Emma Roberts, Allison Brie, Julie Taylor, Kristen Bell, Courtney Cox, Cheryl Yost. Yeah,
that one has
I
a
like
lot
women.
of people in it. Yeah.
But I mean, the way I reviewed it, it seems as if it was just fun. The twists were great. I never guessed the killer, and I was genuinely shocked for the first time in the series.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I can't wait. Can't wait till tomorrow night so I can see Vanessa fight her way through the night after Usnavi abandoned her at the club. Yeah, that's how I do it.
Yeah.
And then Scream 5, I gave a 82.
Yeah, Scream 5 was really good, and it didn't play out like I was expecting at all.
No.
And I made Matthew Lillard aware of that.
Yes.
To which he responded, make some calls. So when Scream 6 happens and they do reshoots and he's in it, you know where you heard it from.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to work.
I have hope.
Yeah.
The fifth movie made so much sense for him to be the killer. They went back to his old house. It's like they're literally lying to you when they say it's not him.
Yeah. Sure. The Scream franchise, though, it's just iconic. It is slasher movies.
Yeah.
I think that and Halloween are undeniably what makes slashers slashers.
Yeah, but an honorable mention would be Terrifier 2, which we just recently watched.
It's a comedy.
Sure.
I laughed my butt off in that movie.
Yeah, everybody was silent.
They probably thought I was going to shoot up the place or something.
Clay was in the top corner laughing.
I should have just showed up in a mask and started laughing the whole time.
I didn't even look to see if there's somebody wearing like an outfit.
No, they weren't. Oh, they probably only sell that.
Awesome theater experience.
They didn't have enough money for merch.
Apparently not.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say about this?
You didn't put Barbarian anywhere. I was surprised about that.
I don't know where to put it.
Well,
it would go in the paranormal section, which, because I swear it's a paranormal movie or supernatural, which has scary stories, which I admire. Both The Quiet Places, love them. Nope is higher rated. And then Annabelle Comes Home. It's a better movie than Annabelle Comes Home, but I think Annabelle does horror better in it, and it's just fun to me. Plus Madison Eisman.
One I didn't know where to put was Trick or Treat. I didn't really know. Like, it's one of those anthology type things where it has like a few stories in it, and they all connect in a way. But I watched that I think last year, and I really liked it.
It's no scary stories.
Yeah.
All right, let's end this. Let's go to what's our next thing? Our picks of the week. So last week I had Paddington 2 in mind. Hunter.
Yeah, well,
we watched that freaking bear.
I threatened. So Terrifier 2 had a one-night showing in Shreveport. Couldn't get nobody to go with me. I threatened.
No one knew what the movie was.
No, I have plenty of friends that have seen it. They just all had work. And I threatened Clay. I said, I'll never watch another movie with you again if you don't come with me. He came, and we saw that Paddington 2 was. So we pre-gamed Paddington 2. Lovable bear.
Love that bear.
adored the movie.
Yes.
Like, I had seen the first one, don't remember it very much, other than he likes marmalade and he rode in a bathtub.
Marmalade. Paddington.
Yeah, loved that movie. It's not, there's not much to it, but there's just something about it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's hard to describe. Like, you see people say it's a 99 on Rotten Tomatoes or was 100 for a while, and people are like, everyone literally loves it. But then you're like, there's no way.
But like, why?
It can't be that good. But then you watch it, you're like, yeah, the movie's pretty freaking good.
Just British animated movies.
Yeah.
They're just the best.
Shout out Peter Rabbit.
Yeah.
So, anything else about Paddington 2? What'd you give it?
81.
Okay. I gave it a 90.
I put it just, well.
Oh, okay.
I guess you can go into your things.
Yeah, so my picks, last week I kind of rushed and did them and just thought of 3 movies that I loved. I believe it was like Shithouse, which is a 100 out of 100 for me, Chef, which is like a 96, and then Paddington, which is a 90.
Mm-hmm.
This time I want to kind of spread the love, go some movies that, aren't extremely high. So I've got one in the 70 range, one in the 80 range, one in the 90 range. And I also threw in one horror. I wanted to spooky season. So, big horror guy.
I'll have
here.
one every week until November.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna do Christmas movies after Halloween ends. Halloween ends Thursday night.
Until next year.
Evil dies. Right? Or is there gonna make another? Are they gonna make another movie?
We don't need to talk about that because I'm telling you, I know how that movie's gonna play out.
Are they gonna make another
Yeah, there'll absolutely be another Halloween movie
in this franchise?
Well, it won't be like the 4th movie of these 3, but
okay. I'll go with my lowest rated pick, Fear of Rain. It's a horror movie, or it's more of a psychological. It's really, really good. I watched it 2020.
Wait, never mind.
What? You haven't seen it?
I think I had that Nocturne.
Yes, different
Posted.
Madison Eisman horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one with Sydney Sweeney. When did I watch this? Let me look. It is on Hulu, though. I believe I watched it in a day where I watched 4 movies. And I think Shithouse was the last one I watched.
You watched Yuba County that day, I think.
Yes. Yeah, February 12th, 2021. If you don't love Madison Eisman, I don't think we can be friends. Not only is she beautiful, but she's a great actress. Yeah, the movie though, it's very twisty. There's a story that it's hard to talk about without spoiling, honestly. I believe she's got is she schizophrenic or something maybe? There's something wrong with her a little bit, Let me see. Yes.
You bought the movie.
Probably.
We have it on our Vudu.
Yeah, because I don't think I could rent it.
Yeah.
A teenage girl living with schizophrenia begins to suspect her neighbor has kidnapped a child. Uh-huh. And it's pretty much her living through the horrors of what she's imagining, and she starts to... Her imagination or her schizophrenia is starting to blend in with reality, and it's hard for her to tell what's real, what's not. Mm-hmm. It's really, really good. You'll love it. Watch it. But yeah, 79 out of 100 for me. It's on Hulu. Yeah, great movie. It's probably not extremely scary, but it's just, I don't know, it was a good movie for me. Let's see. My number 2 is Brown Sugar.
What?
Yeah, I figured you were going to say that. Brown Sugar is a movie with Taye Diggs and Sanaa Lathan. It's a rom-com, of course. It's not streaming anywhere. It's on Apple TV. You can buy it for like $4, probably on Amazon as well. I gave it an 85 out of 100. I pretty much watched it for Sanaa Lathan. I love her in Love and Basketball. She's great in that. What I loved a lot about it though is that it has like this hip hop vibe to it, to where I believe she's either her or Taye Diggs, one of them is a hip hop like executive where they like work in the music industry, and then the other one like works like a magazine, and there's like rap music from like the 90s used in it. It's got this good vibe and everything. I don't know. I just loved it. I believe it has the song that, yes. I Used to Love Her, which is a song that inspired Homecoming by Kanye West, which is like my favorite song of all time. So whenever they play that in the movie, I got excited. I was like, yes, give me that all the time. Throw it in a rom-com. Great side characters. Love the movie. My last movie just came out this year, or this month. Intergalactic. 96 out of 100. I talked about it in our last movie reviews. When we did Woman King.
Woman King.
Yes. Just to kind of brighten the vibes after that day. 96 out of 100 on Netflix. Another movie that's a rom-com, and it also has the hip-hop aspects with it, which is, I mean, if you know me, you know my love for hip-hop, and while this one it's a lot more new age, and Brown Sugar uses the old school hip-hop vibes, Intergalactic is about as modern day as you could get with it. You got Kid Cudi, who, you know, if you know Kid Cudi's music, it's unique. You have his beautiful hums everywhere. It's hard not to love Cudi, honestly, if you like rap music nowadays. But great rom-com, loaded cast, beautiful watch. It's an animation, and it's got the Into the Spider-Verse animation a little bit that it's hit or miss for people, but for me, this one absolutely hit. I loved it. Go watch it. 96 out of 100.
Okay, my turn.
You need to watch that movie.
Sure.
You'll love all three of these.
I didn't really care for Into the Spider-Verse, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, my first pick, it's streaming on Hulu. It came out within the last week, I think, and it's from the guy that made The Night House, and it's the new Hellraiser movie.
He made The Night House?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what Hellraiser is.
Yeah, it's not really explainable. It's
okay.
Yeah, it's this one, the old movies. They're based off some book, and the first one's all right. Like I don't care to talk about it, and all the other ones I don't think I've seen. I don't want to because I think they're all considered terrible.
Yeah.
And so this one was coming out much like Prey that Hulu made. People were like, why is this getting made? But then Prey came out, everybody loved it. So they were like, all right, well, Hellraiser, I guess. People liked Hellraiser. So I watched it, and it was pretty good. Like, it's got the group of people. The girl, she gets a puzzle, and whenever you solve this puzzle, like, it stabs you in the hand, takes in your blood, and they're called Cenobites come. Like the world, like, stuff opens up. Cenobites. And this movie, it's females. The old movie, it was a guy that played Pinhead. But
Pinhead Larry.
Anyways, it was a decent movie. Like, it wasn't nothing special. The puzzles were cool, I guess.
I thought you called it great.
No.
The new one?
Yeah.
I could have sworn you texted saying it was great.
I said it was good, I think.
No, you said something different.
Smile.
No, you said good.
Smile was great.
Yeah. All right.
What'd you give it? I gave it a 76 out of 100. And then my number 2, my most watched movie in theaters. It's on Peacock, which would be The Minions: Rise of Gru. San Francisco.
Yes.
That movie's hilarious.
Watched what you say.
Watched it 4 times in theaters. I watched it by myself at one point. The Minions, adorable little things. Couldn't be funnier, probably. Scusa. Yeah, that says enough. Go watch that movie. It's on Peacock. San Francisco. I gave that an 81 out of 100. And then my number 1.
Oh my God, I love them freaking Minions.
You haven't even seen any of the other
movies. And it's probably not good for my health. I'm
just
gonna become a Minion only guy.
My number 1 is Emergency on Amazon Prime.
I don't know what that is.
It's on your list of stuff you need to watch, I'm pretty sure.
Emergency?
Yeah.
When did it come out?
This year.
Oh.
Like not too long ago. These
R.J. Crowler.
Yeah, these 2 roommates, they They set this thing of we're gonna go to all the like frat parties over in
yeah,
the one
I remember
night
this.
and to set a record, and they come across this white girl that's just passed out in their living room, and
You said it's on Prime, right?
yeah,
Okay.
not a good scene for two guys to find a passed out white girl.
Yes.
So they have to figure out what to do with her, and one of the guys just like a stoner guy, one of them's the more intelligent guy, very funny.
Is RJ the stoner?
Who I don't know who the RJ is.
Me and her dying girl.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, he might be. I don't know. Anyways, really good movie, really funny, solid story. I gave that 85 out of 100.
All right. I'll watch it. I think that's it for us. I don't know anything else to really talk about.
Oh, yeah. I think he is the stoner.
That seems like what he would be.
Yeah. He's the one with hair. Yeah. Sabrina Carpenter's in it.
Oh, you hate her.
Yeah, she's not very good.
I like her though.
She's fine in the movie, but like I don't care for her because Girl Meets World exists.
She's good in Work It and Clouds and Hate You Give.
Yeah. Clouds is good.
You should watch Work It. It's solid.
Mm.
It's a good dance movie. On Netflix.
Okay.
All right. I think that's it for us. This is fun. I like movies. Anything else?
I like movies. Halloween's apparently ending Thursday. We got our new
Evil
hats.
Dies Thursday night.
Evil dies last year's Thursday night.
Yes.
But he didn't die.
Did we supposed to think that he was supposed to die last year?
Well, the third one was announced. Like the third one was supposed to come out last year, but COVID happened.
Okay. So you went in knowing it wasn't going to end.
Yeah, I guess.
But the whole plot of the movie was Evil Dies tonight.
Evil dies tonight.
Yeah. But it's really dying Thursday.
I'm telling you, he's not going to die. And I know. See?
Talk it.
No.
Real quick.
So what's going to happen?
Okay. Let's own it on air so we can make sure that your prediction's right.
On air. So the whole thing
I just noticed you're wearing the Spider-Man shirt.
Yeah, the dude at pharmacy said, "I like your shirt." I said, "Cool." That's me. So this movie, they're like,
you should totally get a fourth and throw it in there. Just get a picture of you and your head on it.
My mask off.
Yes.
Anyways, Halloween ends. The main thing about this movie is between Michael and Laurie into their saga. The guy says one of them's gonna die. Okay, so I believe pretty certain Laurie is gonna make the realization that as long as she is alive, Michael will not die. Like that's gonna be her thinking for this because it hasn't happened and she's been alive all this time.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen? I don't want to say group suicide, but I believe it's going to end up where something happens where she dies and he dies, okay? And it being Michael Myers, the movie's going to end.
Laurie is Jamie Lynn, right?
Yeah, the old lady.
I don't know names.
So they're going to both be dead, and then it being Halloween movies, it's like his hand or something's just going to twitch. Movie ends.
All right.
I'm almost certain that's going to happen.
So I should post that on Facebook tonight.
Yes.
Okay. We'll see.
I don't know how. I also have another big problem with the movie. Can I talk about that?
Yeah.
So in the trailer, I don't even know if you've seen the trailer.
Probably.
So it's set 4 years after the last movie. 4 years. Okay. Michael Myers has not been seen since. Okay.
Oh yeah.
In 4 years, and in the trailer, they show this random guy going down to the sewers, cobwebbed, all bricked up, and he walks by this literally like this 2-foot hole in the wall.
He's bricked up. He's all bricked up.
Apparently, because this dude walks by this little slant in the wall, and Michael Myers grabs him by the neck, and it cuts to Michael Myers. His face is there. He's just got cobwebs all over his face.
So he's been standing.
Has he been standing there for 4 years?
Might as well. He can't die or nothing, so.
Yeah, because Laurie's the key.
Oh, yeah.
Laurie's the key. But, I don't know. That's the problem. I might be wrong, though. Like, he might have been living a normal life like the new Texas Chainsaw tried to do.
And that turned out wrong, right?
Yeah, because the guys that were making it were like, we're trying to make something faithful to the original. It was awful.
Yeah, this new one's probably gonna suck. Have reviews came out?
Mm-mm.
When's the embargo release?
Probably Thursday night.
That sucks.
After people watch it.
Really?
Probably.
They don't do it like Tuesday or nothing?
Well, it'll probably be like Tuesday night, Wednesday, but if you don't have much faith in your movie, you don't put out reviews that early.
Is there not faith in it?
Well, they're releasing it on Peacock the same day.
That is true. I saw that. That's stupid.
It happened with the last one. And that
You saw what happened there.
It financially cannot be successful to release it in theaters and on streaming the exact same day. It just does not make sense.
And that hasn't even been happening for big movies anymore.
It shows that you have no faith in your movie.
The COVID excuse isn't really there anymore.
No, Warner Brothers did the 45 days after, but
Tom Cruise brought people back to theaters.
Tom Cruise is cinema right now. And
I'd argue it's the Minions.
Yeah.
King Bob. All right, let's end this thing. This was fun. Chop on, baby. Braves tomorrow, 12 p.m. Or, yes, 12 p.m.
Suck it, Cam. Beat you in fantasy.
Yeah, Cam. And Cody.